Hello my friends and welcome back to the show that never ends. My name is Rod. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to regret drinking Coke this time of night. I'm filming this about 9 o'clock. So I'll probably be up wired. That's what caffeine does to me. But anyway, this is a contest entry for AGK'S Vinyl Life, a new channel. He just recently hit 100, maybe 150 subs. AGK'S Vinyl Life. I believe he's a Canadian, really nice guy, very laid back. You can see all the content behind him. Lots of, it looks like DVDs and CDs and albums. Where he's having a contest. It's kind of like a Through the Decades contest. He wants you to pick one year, start with that year, and then go 10 years back, 10 years back. So if you start with, like I'm going to do, 2019, go back 5 decades. And I had a real hard time deciding what year to do. But I'm going to do the 9. 2019. And these aren't necessarily our favorite albums, I don't think. Just show a good, solid album from that. This is Steve Earle's tribute to Guy Clark. Name of the album is Guy. The late Guy Clark was a tremendous singer-songwriter. Hold on and I'll get one of his albums. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take too long. I forgot where I put it. I have it in country. This is Guy Clark, and this is the man that he's paying tribute to on this album. Guy Clark is a Texas singer-songwriter. One of my favorite songwriters, has been for 20 years or more, 25 years. He was a big part of the early Americana scene. Crazy good songwriter. He wrote the song LA Freeway. Jerry Jeff Walker made it famous. He also he wrote the song Desperados Waiting for a Train, which is a really sad song about a man that was like his grandfather growing old and dying. Very sad song. Steve Earle's album last year covered that song really well. So I'm using Steve Earle, Texas singer-songwriter. He's right up there in my top 5 songwriters, Steve Earle, for 2019. Now we're going to go to 2009. And I'm going to use Steve Earle again. And this is on CD. When this first came out, it wasn't available in vinyl, and it is now. And I don't know if I want to chip out $30 for the album when I've got the CD. This is his tribute to Townes Van Zandt, another Texas singer-songwriter. Again, he's in my top songwriters. So both of these albums, they're 10 years apart exactly, and were tributes to not only his musical heroes, but his friends. So, Townes by Steve Earle for 2009. And can you guess what's coming for for 1999? Going back, this is our 3rd decade. 1999 was a great year for Americana. I had just moved from Texas to Knoxville, Tennessee to work for WDVX. And they hired me as their music director over the phone. We worked out negotiations. I moved my family here because my wife was from here, from Tennessee. And she really wanted to be back in Tennessee, and I loved her and wanted her to be happy, and I'm glad I did. You know, looking back, it was the right move. But anyway, 1999 was a phenomenal year for Americana. We had guys like Don Wazzer. If you're not familiar with him, amazing Americana artist who's left us. Gillian Welch. So the Badleys. So many great artists, but there was all Lucinda Williams. Car Wheels on a Gravel Road, 1999. But this guy, Steve Earle, he teamed up with Del McCoury, and he made the album The Mountain. It was his first full-blown bluegrass album. He had kind of toyed with it before, Steve did. He teamed up with Del McCoury's band. There's not a bad song on this album. Songs like The Mountain, Texas Eagle, Yours Forever Blue. Just an incredible album. I love it. It's one of my favorite of all time. And in my opinion, it was the best thing in 1999. And there was a lot of great acts to choose from in that year for Americana radio. And the song The Mountain, there's lyrics in it where he goes, I was born on this mountain so long ago before they cut down the lumber and stripped mine their coal. Well, my daughters were just little kids back then, and they heard it so much, and they're in their 20s. To this day, they can recite that song almost word for word, and they don't listen to it. But it's just a great song, and that's 1999 Steve Earle. Breaking away from Steve, we're going to 1989. And this is the last official studio album by America's best band, in my opinion. In my opinion, the Grateful Dead are America's greatest band. It's Jehovah's favorite choir. And this was the last studio album they'd do. And this album got some slack from the older Deadheads. How old was I? I was 23 when this came out, man. And we're going to the shows, and these guys in their late 30s and maybe 40 years old will be like, man, you young kids don't know what it's like. You're not Deadheads. I saw them in 68 and I saw them in 73. He goes, this stuff they're making now, it's not as good, but it was good. It was great. And this was their last album. Not their best album, but sadly the last studio album we would ever get from these guys. The Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead's one of those communities, man. There's some really cool people in it. In fact, 99% of the people are really cool. But there are a few buttheads. Well, how many shows have you seen? What cities did you see them in? You know, do you still have your ticket stubs? I don't care how many times you saw the Dead. If you saw them, I hope you enjoyed them. If you didn't see them, I'll have a moment of silence for you. But yeah, it's one of those things, man. You get some people with the Dead who just feel superior to other people who like the Dead. Moving on. This would be 1979. And again, this would be this band's final studio album, official studio album. And I'm talking about Led Zeppelin. I've only got 2 of the covers. I believe there are 8 different ones from 8 different points of view. I know a lady, it's a friend of mine's ex-wife, and she has all 8 of them framed. The albums are still sealed, and it looks really cool as she has it displayed. I've only seen a picture of it because she lives in Bogota, Colombia, but she showed me a picture on her cell phone of what it looks like when she came here to visit last summer. Led Zeppelin, Into the Outdoor, 1979, and it would be their last album. They came out with Coda a couple years later, but that wasn't an official release. Even though it was official release, it was like outtakes, I think, and stuff. But anyway, that was my go at the 5 decades. I did 79, 89, 99, 109, and 119, or 2019. AGK'S Vinyl Life. Please check out his channel. Cool guy. It was a fun contest. There's a lot of other ones I've got to get on. Mike Guitar Player 7, I know his doesn't end to the end of the month, so I got him in it. Mama Bear Vinyl. David Newton, I think I've done yours, so I'm good. I love a contest. It's fun. I've never won one, but it doesn't matter. I do it simply to support other channels, and it gives you a creative idea to make a video. Guys, I hope everyone is doing well. What is tonight? I'm filming this. It's a Tuesday night. The country's in shambles. I'll pray for everybody. we could pull this together, man. We need to learn to love, because that's what we're going to have to do to survive, man. Peace.